Damage control.
One more bonus piece of material for you guys. Over the years, Coach Kaiser has come up with, he has shared from his experiences just a number of different types of arm triangle, a number of different setups. And it's hard for me to remember all of them. So what I try to do is I put them into a progression to help me teach it to my kids' class, and also to help remember it for myself. So we're going to share that right now. Full attention here. He reaches back, telegraphing the punch. I'm going to slip, parry, and pull with my legs to get the initial lockup. So that's how we teach how to get to it for the kids' class. And not that it's any less legitimate for the adults' class, but that's how we teach in the kids' class. From here, I put this arm here, I go to my bicep, and then the back of my head, just like Kaiser says, I try to touch more the back of my head to his temple for me, because my temple doesn't quite reach, and I squeeze my elbows, and that's my first one. That's number one, the arm triangle number one. Sorry, you okay? Mm-hmm. One. Maybe that doesn't work. So then what I do is I shift my hips out to the same side of his body that I have his arm trapped. Now from here, another thing like Coach Kaiser says, I'm always shoving that in, getting that reset, and then again I regrip. Now from here, I cross my feet and I straighten my legs. I want the points of my knees to be right basically in his solar plexus. This is going to be hard to see from the camera, but I'm trying to pinch his solar plexus with the point of my knee. So I'm right here, I'm like this, I straighten my legs and I squeeze with my knees, and then I squeeze with my arms. Sorry, you okay?
Yeah, good.
That's the next one. Here. Maybe that doesn't work, so you take the tension off so that you don't burn yourself out, and now you're going to shift this arm around his neck a little bit. This is not so much a technical arm triangle choke so much as it is an arm triangle that results in a submission anyhow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutting bone right here, this bone right here, and I'm going to put it in his neck. Sometimes I think I've heard Kung Fu Will call this the vagus nerve, but whatever it is, I'm trying to cut that off. So I'm right here, I was right here, I straightened, it didn't work. So I put my feet on the ground and I shift and I put my elbow on the floor. That usually puts that cutting bone right where it needs to be in that nerve.
I can tell this is not going to be fun.
I put my hand on my bicep and I punch toward my face. This one, it hurts. I don't know what it is, if it's technically a neck crank or a nerve cutter or what, but it works. This one, I have a higher percentage finish for me with this than I do with any of the arm triangles, especially on those tough, strong guys that just kind of push their elbow out and not let you finish.
Oh yeah, that doesn't do anything.
But sometimes from here, this doesn't work, or maybe you don't want to use that on your guy. The way we teach this again to the kids, just to help it flow, is maybe, and don't do this yet, but maybe this guy, he can feel that there's a threat of me going to his back, or just he notices I'm on this side of his body, so he's going to try to re-square with me. If he doesn't do that, it doesn't matter. I can just shift my hips anyway. But it makes it a little bit easier if I'm over here threatening and he tries to re-square his hips. When he does, you want to come around this way a little bit. I'm going to reset this, so you're going to stay there. I'm right here, I'm on this side. As he goes to re-square, I shift my hips out to the opposite side. And now I keep the arm triangle and I straighten my leg. Now let's say you're really short like I am and you've got a guy that may be a little bit taller than Kaiser. Sometimes you can reach with your foot, okay? In this case, Kaiser's not quite that tall. His torso is not that long, so bring your leg back in. I'm gonna just use my hamstring. This, I straighten it, I sweep him, I go to the mount, I get my hooks in, and you can see I'm always readjusting like this. That's something I've learned from Coach. Get my hooks in, and I squeeze. Okay. Now, suppose that one doesn't work. I'm going to dismount, and when we dismount, I always try to do it this way with my foot. Because sometimes when you just hop off, he can catch you in half guard, and if he uses his strength, his legs, and I'm able to do this with a lot of guys. If you can notice right here, can you see here in the neck? He can put enough pressure with his legs to take me off his neck, just enough to survive. He's still in his arm triangle, but he's not going to tap from it. Okay, so you don't want to get caught in that half guard. And one of the ways you can deal with that is by taking this foot and putting it back over here, and again adjusting so that you can use your shin to drive up and across the end for that arm triangle. Supposing that one doesn't work, I continue to dismount, I wind, and get underneath that and finish. That one doesn't work, I switch my hips. Here, swaying base. I'm here and I roll him, squeeze, and I roll him up. taking my hips off the ground. That one doesn't work. I'm going to get out of the arm triangle series and then connect the dots like we were talking about earlier. Here, he goes to punch, parry, lock it up. 1, 2, 3. He walks back over me. 4, 5, 6, 7 is the magic number for the arm triangles. And then little bonus material, nothing new there, just one of the ways I use to help remember all the material that I've learned from Coach Kaiser. Not all of it, obviously, but all of the arm triangle material. I think it works really well. When you can teach a bunch of 6-year-olds how to do this, and they get it down, it works pretty well for the average person. So
that's a way better way to learn all of those particular arm triangle variations than just shooting them off into all these different sporadic pieces the way I do.
Well,
I like that.
It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The arm triangle
Lockflow. Thank you so much for tuning in to Damage Control. If you like what you saw, go to our members only section of our website. We have all kinds of exclusive material there.
Over 250 videos.
We're trying to build the Damage Control family, so get on there and check it out.